turn on the other lights, turn the vocals up, get it on.
We had about a month. We demoed everything in the middle of June, and then we took it. We hit the road on August 2nd, and like kind of just toured all the songs, like up north of Seattle, out to Chicago, down to Austin, and then back to LA, and played the show in LA on Saturday night, and then started Monday. You know, just so like everything was kind of road. It had like a like a road feeling to it. You know, where we played it out. It wasn't this new like awkward song. You know, so you know everything's worked in a little bit. Feels a little live.
What's up, this Saviours from California? Yeah! What's up? Come get some!
There are some big labels who talked to us, and when it came to time to like, you know, like we have our lawyer in Texas who's totally kick-ass and on the level, and like, you know, is just looking out for our best interests. He's like, okay, Abbadon's ready to do this. You know, you should tell anyone else who's interested in doing something with you guys that now's the time to fucking move. And so we did, and like some of these labels were just like, oh yeah, well, we were thinking we keep it more organic and not use a lawyer, you know. And I'm just like, fuck you, you know. Like, what kind of fucking idiots think we are, you know.
And we kind of just knew the whole time it was gonna be Kamado. Like we had this rapport with them, and like hanging out with Keith. It's just like I always knew in the back of my head that it was gonna work out with them, just because of how killer, like how well they always treated us. And
I've been saying that they're a very pro-band label, which seems like a funny thing to say about a record label that works with bands, you know. But I mean, you find that more labels than you expect are not so pro-band, you know. But like, Kamado has been like very like, you know, how do you guys want to do this? You know, like how do you want to record? How do you want to tour? How do you want to, you know, like what do you need?
I think this is our first time recording out of town, you know, which is kind of weird because we're sleeping on people's couches and stuff when we're in town, but it's awesome, man. We're stoked, you know. We ended up with Evil Joe Barisi. It's been pretty awesome.
He had us record a demo so he could know all the songs before we even got to the studio, so he knows them as well as we do. He's got in mind, like, you know, this lead should have this tone, or this rhythm track should have this tone, or the snare should sound like this, you know, like going into it, he's prepared to like.
So there's like a fair amount of us looking to him to like guide, like he's all, what do you want this to sound like? I'm like, dude, you're the man, like you're the fucking tone master. Just make it sound killer, you know?
You know, today, like, I sat in, like, you know, when he started, like, the first song of the day, like, I just sat there and, like, watched him build it from the ground up, and it was just, like, and it's not just, like, you got everything going and you, like, kind of bring the kick drum down. So he starts, like, with just drums, and it's just, like, some serious tweaking, you know, like,
yeah,
it's like listen to everything, and then you bring in the bass and see if that conflicts.
Yeah, it seems like he's one of those guys, if you turn up the EQ on one thing, you're turning down the same EQ so it all fits like a glove, you know. It's well thought out.
Like, everything he's doing is, like, part of like, the crafting of the mix, which is something I've never really appreciated before, you know.
Yeah. It's
pretty fascinating. We're not the kind of band that's ever had a chance to record a record in a month, first of all. You know, like, we recorded the last record in 5 days total, recorded and mixed.
Wow,
you know?
really?
So for us to just track in 7 days is, like, luxurious, you know? idea of recording this in such a short time, I mean, besides just like budget constraints and stuff, is that, I mean, really, like, if we had the option to record for 30 days, I don't think it would be like a proper record for us, you know. Like, I think it'd be too much, it'd be too slick, you know. I like the fact that, you know, we fucking pounded this thing out and it's gonna be raw still, and it's just gonna be heavy as fuck. It's gonna sound insane.
I'd say that we maintained that for this
one. I would say so too. I mean, you know,
it's the same balance of like really heavy riffs and then like the harmony
I think if it was all heavy riffs or all harmonies, it would be a little dull.
Yeah.
It's a little more proggier than Crucifier, I would say.
The songs are longer.
Yeah. More intricate guitar work, more guitar solos.
It's like it's longer than Crucifier by like almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 40 minutes long. That's what we aimed for, but shit got sped up, and so it's shorter.
And when we took it all on tour, you know, so all of a sudden like the songs that were like 9 minutes of practice are like 6.5 an hour. Like, you know.
And we were like stoked, man. We got like a 9-minute epic on the album, and then we get here and we play it, and it's like 6:45, and we're just like all like, man, we kind of castrated that song. It sounds rad.
It sounds killer though, so I have no complaints.
What the fuck is all that?
Hell yeah. It's maniac laughter, you ever heard of it?
Dude, what was I asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was like me and Tim and like Cyrus walked in, man.
Usually Scott will bring in the main riff, and then
on bass.
Yeah, on bass, and then I'll learn it, and it'll go through that filter, and then he'll put drums to it, and it goes through a bunch of filters, and we all kind of...
Yeah, it goes through arrangement changes, generally, like, I'll come in with, like, almost a whole song, you know?
And then we'll
and ask for some ideas of bridges or, you know, like, outros or intros and stuff like that, but, like I just write in my room, like, on bass with, like, lots of distortion, you know? So, like, it kind of has, like, a wall of sound feel as opposed to like a bass sound, you know. It's like a real like mid-rangey like shitty distortion, you know, like through like a practice amp, but like to me I can hear it as like guitars and bass together, you know. And I figure like if a riff sounds good like that, then it'll sound good when we all play it together.
Usually after the song comes together, you know, we got the song, we're jamming it, it's like sounding good, and then I can just listen to it and sort them out.
So you basically write all the lyrics?
Yeah, I write all the lyrics.
Like when I was like 14 or something, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it's like I'm recording in a big studio or something, and it's like there I am, fucking right across the hall from where the "We Are the World" video was shot. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm here, yeah.